As Florida is set to open up the season against FAU this weekend, I want to take a few minutes to talk about what Emory Jones needs to do and what FAU's defense is going to try to do against Florida, or theoretically what they're going to try to do against Florida and against Emory Jones to stop Florida's offense. And theoretically, Florida, it shouldn't matter what FAU tries to do. Florida's receivers, their linemen, their running backs, their skill players, everyone on the field is just a higher caliber athlete, and they should be able to have success regardless of what FAU's defense throws at them. But with that said, I still want to break down the defense because FAU has a very, very solid defense. One of the best defenses in Conference USA and one of the best defenses probably in all of the group of five. And so it's not like they're going to be able just to get pushed over and ran over. I think they'll play competitively, but I do think Florida will be able to have its way over the course of the game. But before we dive into the film, and we're going to look at some film from FAU and the defense, I also want to encourage you to consider subscribing to the channel if you like any quarterback related content. Okay, cool. So let's dive into the actual meat and potatoes of the video. So we're going to look at some film of FAU against Marshall from 2020. I know it's from 2020. It's a different season, but it's all the film we have to go off right now. So we can get a decent idea of what the FAU defense is going to try to do against Emory Jones, and then what Emory Jones needs to do against that defense. And long story short, take what the defense gives you against a defense like FAU. They're going to give you some space, right? And so give your playmakers a chance, get them the ball in open space, and they should be able to have success that way. And then I think FAU also kind of dare you at times, maybe not as much as they dared Marshall, just because the level of talent at Florida. But I still think there's going to be some times to take some shots, so take the shots whenever it is presented to you. At the end of the day, Florida should win handily, the 23.5-point favorites, but I still will not take this FAU defense lightly. I don't think Florida will. I don't think Emory Jones will. But let's look at this defense real quick before we dive into the film. So last year, the FAU defense only gave up, let's see, they were 16th in the country, I think, in passing yards per game, only gave up 187 yards per game through the air. They only gave up 9 passing touchdowns in 9 games, 6 interceptions, and had 25 sacks as well. Let's see, that sack range, does that put them in the top 25? I don't think so, but top half for sure. Then defensively, as far as how many points they gave up during the season, they gave up 17 first game, 20 second game, 3, 6, 19, 2, 3, 20, 45, and then 25. So they had one bad performance against Southern Miss. The rest of their games were very good defensive fought games. And so, again, we're going to dive into some film from FAU against Marshall last year. And again, just to reiterate, Florida, it shouldn't matter what FAU throws at Florida. They have the talent and the offensive weapons to overcome that, and probably they should win handily. But FAU's defense is a solid defense. They're going to try to keep the ball in front, so Emory Jones just needs to take what the defense gives you and then pick his shots appropriately. So let's go ahead and watch a few clips so we can understand what the defense is going to potentially try to do. Take with a grain of salt. It's 2020 film, but it's going to give us at least an idea of what they're going to try to do, and then I'll see you on the back end of the video. So here's the FAU, and it's straight cover 2 man under, right? Nothing crazy, nothing fancy here. They don't try to confuse anyone. It's cover 2 man under here. And watch, each corner is given the Marshall receiver plenty of space. So I think with Emory Jones, with the athletes that Florida has compared to the FAU athletes, even though FAU is going to have some good athletes, I think that you'll see space given to the Florida playmakers. And if Emory Jones just ticks what the defense gives him, I think that's all he needs to do to win this game against FAU. Again, ball's already coming out here, but you got space, few yards here, few yards here. This is designed quick throw, but come with a cover 2 man under with off coverage. I think you take that every time if you're Emory Jones. And again, take what the defense gives you and trust your guys to break a tackle or 2. That's all for that clip. So here's a different look from the previous video. We got one up top safety because we have trips down here, so there's no cover 2 look here. We got it is going to be cover 1 man under, even though we got a lot of space with the defenders, and we got just straight man over here. It's kind of a different scheme than what we have over here. So again, taking what the defense gives you. Now it is 3rd and 10, so we have FAU playing a little different look, just trying to keep everything in front. But here's a forced throw by Welch. I think becomes an interception, right? The ball is out now. Now great throw. It's picked. Oh, almost picked there. So it's not actually that bad of a read, if we're being honest with it. The space is there, right? But I think, again, it just reiterates the fact Emory Jones is taking what the defense gives you. And you're going to have, if you have this look, you're going to probably have a mismatch over here. And I don't know if the corner will be playing press man against a Florida receiver. But if he is, that's a potential mismatch there, especially if the safety can't get over in time. Then you have plenty of space here. Even if it is a 3rd and 10, you hit your guy quick and trust him to make a play. So again, take what the defense gives you. They're going to be in a lot of man, and then if you have one up top safety with Florida's receivers and Florida's weapons, Emory Jones should be able to not just take what the defense gives him here, but find a mismatch that's favorable to the Florida offense. So here's the first time that we see FAU show something different pre-snap, and then post-snap they go into a different look. Now it kind of looks like cover 2 man under here, but before the snap, you're going to see the safety creep forward, and then he creeps forward a bit more. So it actually turns out being just a straight cover 1 here. But again, if that happens, you're going to have a mismatch somewhere, whether you have the press man here against Florida's receivers, or you have off coverage here. It's only 3rd and 4. And if he is on man, if their safety is on man against Florida's tight end, that's a mismatch as well. So we'll see there's a blown assignment here. No one accounts for the running back there, and so ends up being a big play for Marshall. But that's not the fact of not the point of this specific video here. It's okay, you see cover 1 again, you see mismatches again, and you see space again, right? So whether you want to take a shot here with a mismatch or you do want to take a shot with space, there's opportunity there. It's all about Emory Jones. Take what the defense gives you, know the look and know the potential it could roll into, and then just getting the ball out quick and decisive there. And something, blown coverage there leads to a big play there. But again, not the point of the video for the blown coverage. It's just the example of there being plenty of opportunities to take against this FAU defense, depending on the look and matchup. So here's a 2nd and 9 route here, or not route, 2nd and 9 down and distance here. It's going to be a cover 3 here, and sometimes a tell sign is how far the corner plays off. And again, FAU has disguised it where they play off and go to man, or play off and go to cover 3. Sometimes it ends up being the exact same thing depending on the route, though. So again, here we don't want to force a cover 3 throw. That's what Marshall does. Just like we talked about, if Emory Jones just takes what the defense gives him here, it will be a good play. So we see stays this zone, his zone, right in the middle. He comes down with this kind of hook area here. So there is plenty of space with these crossing routes here. Obviously, just pressure on Wells. But again, if FAU comes in this cover 3 here as opposed to taking a shot, there's going to be an example of what you don't want Emory Jones to do right here. Again, take what the defense gives you. I think you'll see a lot of cover 3 type look from FAU against Florida because they want to keep the guys in front. But with that said, there's going to be plenty of space underneath that we want Emory Jones to take, whether he runs it or throws it. But again, don't want to force it like this play here. So again, it's clips from 2020. It's just a few clips, so take it with a grain of salt. But I think it does a decent job previewing what FAU could potentially try to do against Florida and against Emory Jones to slow down the offense. So with Emory Jones, I think all you do is just take what the defense gives you. Just don't force the ball. The last clip we saw ball being forced against that kind of cover 3 back end zone. So in a situation like that, just take an under route, right? Like just take what the defense gives you and trust that your playmakers are better than FAU's playmakers. But I want to hear from you. What do you think Emory Jones needs to do? Is there anything I'm missing that Emory Jones needs to do? I think it's fairly simple against the FAU defense, but let me know in the comments below. What's your prediction for the game? Let me know below, and we'll see you on our next quarterback-related video.